What's up, you guys? We have a very unique tool slash machine that we're going to be showing you guys today, testing out. I'm spitting on myself. Testing out on various terrains and different tests. Let me show you what it is. This is called the Mowrator, which is a remote controlled lawnmower, essentially. Get this off real quick. Remote controlled lawnmower, here's the controller. Very cool. Like, you know, I'm used to zero turns like this. This is really completely different. All controlled with the controller here, which is very similar to a DJI controller, which is a good thing because DJI makes good products. So what we're gonna do is kind of go over everything initially. It is electric, battery powered. So what we're gonna do is turn this on. And I played around with this for a while at my house. So I'm taking it out into the field. Gonna test some things, turn the controller on. It's very easy to use. I had my daughter, who's 5 years old, she was playing around with it and driving it, you know, perfectly fine. Look at this. Put the code in. As a pen, so it's a little safe in case you leave it around and you don't want your kids messing with it. First impressions of it, it's very responsive. So when you let go, it stops. Like a lot of times electric stuff, there's a half a second delay. You don't really see that with this. Left, right. This is the all-wheel drive. So this is the Mowrator S1 all-wheel drive. They do make a two-wheel drive where the front wheels articulate. They pivot like this. This one, all four wheels are powered. So it's pretty much zero turn. Meant for steeper inclines. It holds hills better. Play around with it a little bit. There's 4 sensors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this bumper is a sensor as well. So if it gets close to something, it stops itself. So, for example, see how it stops? And there's a setting in here where you can turn the sensors off. And it's just the front bumper that's a sensor. See how it stopped it? We're gonna turn that back on so we don't, you know, hit anything. One more thing, it does have adjustable height. So you can set, I'm gonna put it on 3. 21-inch wide, 21-inch cut, so it's similar to a push mower size. See how it slows down when it's around something? It goes slow around me. I'm a little too close to it, so let me back up. Several different settings, so it's in fast mode. We go to medium or even slow. Same thing with the blade. There's 3 different settings to conserve energy. I believe the run time on this is about 2.25 hours, which is pretty long if you ask me for a battery powered machine. We're gonna see if we can stripe with the Mowrator all-wheel drive S1. Fun to use, I'll tell you that. They do make a bagger for it. I have the bagger in the bed of my truck. I don't have it on yet. It's in mulching mode. You can take this out, put the bagger on here, and bag up the grass if you like. We're gonna keep this in and just mulch it up for now. We're gonna drop the deck. We'll start on 3. We'll keep it on 3, see what it looks like, test it out that way, and see if we can get some stripes. Let's try it out. Turn the blades on. I'm not gonna go all the way to the end. We'll stop halfway, but look at this. I can make it turn automatically. Auto turn, essentially. we need to go, in order to stripe, we need to go just to the side of it. So let me get over here real quick. All right. It doesn't really stripe, at least from the first 4 or 5 passes. What I'm noticing is I'm having to overlap a little bit, because if you look at the machine, you notice how the deck doesn't quite go all the way to the wheel. So you have a 3-inch gap or so. And that's probably a safety feature. So if you do get close to something, you don't damage the blade or damage whatever you're hitting. So because I'm having to overlap, the lines are going to be a little blurrier rather than cutting deck to deck. So for example, if we come over here to this mower, notice how the blade and the deck is in line with the wheel. So you can cut deck to deck. There's no overlapping that you have to do in order to cut all the grass. This, you do have to overlap a little bit, which is going to make your lines a little blurrier. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the same 4 stripes that I just did and see if I can define them a little bit more. Let's try this out again. All right, let's check this out. The cut quality is actually pretty good. Let's get down low. Like, there's no stragglers. I did go over this twice, but even the first time I went over this, there wasn't too many stringy blades of grass left. Here, like, there's a couple areas where I, didn't cut over enough, where I didn't overlap enough, and I left blades of grass in between them. That's my fault. It's user error. But it cuts. It cuts clean. I'm going to stand right here and try to go all the way to the corner of the property. That might be half a football field, maybe, give or take. Let's see. It says max range, but it's still letting me drive forward. Still hasn't cut off yet. What I have noticed is once notification pops up, it won't let you go in reverse, but it will let you go forward and left and right. That might be a safety feature. I'm not too sure. But we're still going. And we're just about there. And yeah. I mean, it made it all the way to the corner, so it has good range on it. We're gonna come back now. I'm looking at this, and you can see this stripe. So maybe if I cut it higher, it will stripe up better. We're gonna try that out. Trying to line it up nicely. Go out. You try that. I mean, I see stripes. The blades are not on. So what I'm doing is I'm just folding the grass over right now. So it doesn't not stripe, it just doesn't stripe great, if that makes sense. Somewhere in between. But then again, I guess a push mower doesn't really stripe all that great either, unless you have a striping kit on it. Turn the blades on. So here's the thing. Let me show you guys. When I utilize the full width of the mower, you can see it will stripe up. But because I'm utilizing the full width of the mower, a little bit in between it is not being cut because I'm not overlapping enough. There's like a mohawk. So what I would suggest to them is make the deck go all the way to the width of the wheels. Like I said, they might have did that as a safety feature. Well, they didn't do that, I should say. But I would like to see it go the width of the mower. And it would definitely stripe that way. Because as you can see here, like you see the light, the dark, the light, the dark, the light. When I utilize the full deck, you just leave a little strip of grass when you utilize the full deck. So you have to overlap, which would make the lines blurrier, which therefore the stripes are not as bold that way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, let me get the centers to cut off. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut this ditch. You can see relatively steep. I can cut it with a walk behind mower, but some people that work for me are uncomfortable cutting this. So we're going to put this Mowrator to the test, see how well it holds this hill, and see what it does. Like this side, I don't know if you can see it, it has a lot of dips in it as well. So not only is it on an incline, but there's a lot of dips. So we'll see how well the Mowrator handles it. Turn the blades on. We're going to come up and over to the other side. Turn the blades off and turn it around. Turn it back on. This is a good test right here. This is a weird angle and a steep incline. Yeah, it hugs it pretty well. It wants to drift just a little bit, but you can definitely manage cutting it. Check it. I think the main objective here is that it held the hill, you know, decently well. It didn't slide down, lose control, sputter. On the turns going up and down a little bit, but nonetheless it managed to make it up and down still. I think it's a cool machine. Do I see commercial guys using this? No. If it was wider, if it was bigger, I could definitely see commercial guys, you know, cutting a big hillside. Given that it's 21 inches wide, it's just not big enough to use on commercial properties. Homeowners, 100%. I could definitely see a homeowner wanting to use this. Like I said, if they're on a, let's say their house is on a hill and they just hate push mowing it, use the remote control. Drive it up and down. Cut it once a week, you're done. It's a fun tool, machine for your kids to play around with. Let's say, you know, you have a property and they enjoy mowing. They're gonna enjoy it that much more being able to play with it like it's a video game. Overall, what I like about it, easy to use, very responsive. Sensors work great. I turn the sensors off. It cuts grass pretty good. What I would suggest to improve, I don't like how slow it goes backwards, although I do understand why. I wish it was a little faster going backwards. I wish they made one with articulating front wheels while also being four-wheel drive. They have one with articulating wheels, but it's only two-wheel drive, so on hills it just doesn't handle as well. The battery life, I mean, I'm still on 50%, and I used it for an hour yesterday and about 30 minutes so far today, so if that tells you anything, the battery life's pretty good. I wish the deck itself was a little wider for striping purposes. I wish it went to the edge of the wheels. That way you don't have to overlap and have blurry stripes. But it's, I mean, it's built well. Like it's good. It has good weight. It's about 100 pounds. Like it's not light. Like it has good weight to it. It feels sturdy. It feels like it's gonna last. It came in the box. All I had to do was just put on the wheels. So it was just about already assembled. Took me 5 minutes to put those on. It seems safe. Front bumper, 4 sensors. I like it. I think it's fun to play with. I could see somebody who has a steep property wanting to use it. I don't see commercial guys using this, but I don't think that's the audience or the customer for this. It's definitely a conversation piece. Anybody that sees you driving this, they're gonna ask you about it. I'll tell you that right now. It's almost like a battle bot, if y'all have ever seen that. That's what it reminds me of. So yeah, if you're interested in this product, the Mowrator S1 all-wheel drive, there's a link to this product in the video description down below. If you want to check that out, you can use my discount code, ThatLawnDude, get a discount on the product. Get it for yourself. Check the link out below. We'll see y'all next time.